Streaming live, Full Velocity TV begins now.
Exclusive. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Full Velocity TV here live tonight, Volusia Speedway Park for another round of Dirt Warrior Racing Wednesday night street fights here for a awesome night of racing. And welcome you all aboard tonight live to Twitch TV. Good evening, everybody. Bill the Gas here, along with my longtime partner, Mr. Too Tall Todd Stanton, as always on the controls. And Todd, my favorite day of the week, Wednesday here for Dirt Warrior Racing. Why don't you take us through this evening's point standings for this great series? Oh wait, hi Todd.
I was going to say, Phil, here, Wednesday night street fights, no point standings necessary here with these. So no point standings necessary here tonight, and it's fantastic to see what's going on here with these guys each and every week as they get bragging rights each and every week when they win the street fights here. And tonight is round number 2 here at Volusia Speedway.
It's hard to toss that one to you, Todd. Let's see where you took that one. Good catch on that one, but we're here tonight for a 70-lap main event of 65. The lineup being posted. So what do you say we get this out of the way? The Super 6 trackside, Bay on it for this great country. The United States of America in the flag. Back here live, Full Velocity TV here live tonight, Volusia Speedway Park. Race number 2 of season 5 for our buddies over at Dirt Warrior Racing. We're going to look up these guys in the iRacing. These guys from DWR, Dirt Warrior Racing. Fight these guys here every Sunday. The Sunday Strap Series is open to everybody to come and run. And also, Wednesday nights here, invite only. You prove what you got on Sunday nights, you get invited to come over here. And it's a great group of guys being here. Wednesday night street fights, by far and away my favorite night of the week to do a broadcast with these guys. Always an awesome job, Todd. Street stock racing at its absolute finest. Nobody does it better than these guys.
I definitely have to agree with you here tonight. Nobody does it better than the guys here on Wednesday night street fights, DWR. Of course, they have a Sunday night shootout that we have each and every Sunday here on Full Velocity TV. That is open invite, open setup. Here tonight is closed. You have to be invited here to Wednesday night street fights, but the way to get involved in that one and to actually make your ticket punch out, punch your golden ticket here to the Wednesday night street fights is to make it through the Sunday night shootout series.
Absolutely right. So you got to be there or be square. I want to thank all you guys out there for watching tonight. I want to say hello to Rudy Cummings, who's over there watching, and Charles Wooten over there, VRN. Rudy Cummings over there from Max Speed. Welcome to the YouTube chat, guys. Glad to have you over there. The YouTube side of things here live on Facebook Live, YouTube, and Twitch TV here this evening. So just a little pause in the action here. The starting lineup has already been posted. Just waiting for these guys to click it on over into race conditions. So we'll talk about our sponsors here at Full Velocity TV. And what do you say we start with our buddy Jim Revis, Todd, over at Evil One Graphics?
Don't say I didn't warn you. I know things no one knows.
Evil One Graphics specializes in iRacing wraps, promo ads, and banners for all your sim racing needs. From a new custom look on the track to a new look for your site, E1G is your place. Want to promote a special event or series for your league? E1G can make that custom promo ad you're looking for. With attention to high detail, great service, and reasonable prices, E1G is here to serve you. Evil One Graphics, they're not only good, they're evil.
All right, live here at Full Velocity TV, DWR, Wednesday Night Street Fights. The cars are getting set and ready to grid, but we'll let those guys get them set, get them rolling, because as they do here on each and every Wednesday night, we do things by way of the pill draw, meaning last week's winner will start at the rear of the field. And Todd, I think you had the old write-up there in the poster for last week. Familiar sight there at the back of the field this week. Number 84 of E.J. Jones going to come to the back of the field. Tough to do here around this half mile at Volusia, but if a guy who knows his way around this half mile here, he's got 70 laps to get it done. E.J. Jones probably pretty game to a challenge, I would think.
Yeah, definitely why he's called the evil one. Yeah, that's Jim Revis. Definitely why he's called the natural one here tonight. E.J. Jones aboard the number 84 machine. Yep, we did have that little widget. Not tonight. We posted it up on Sunday. But he is the winner from last week here. So we'll see if he can come all the way from the back of the pack here tonight. If Volusia Speedway make it 2 in a row. And he puts on one way a little party down there in Victory Lane each and every time he wins there, Phil.
And also, Todd, we can add on to the tail end of the lineup a guy who was late going, guy who won here at Volusia, I believe, on Sunday night. That was old Mr. Derek Dubree in the 117. So taking the same setup he had from Sunday night over here, he's going to also start deep in the field outside the top 20. That's going to be a long road to hoe as well.
Definitely going to be rather interesting to see if he's going to be able to get up through the field. And he had a good setup underneath him. See if he can take that from the tail of the field there with E.J. Jones. I do believe he can, though, Phil, and make it happen as that setup gets faster each and every lap he's out there. And the more it slickens off, it's going to be in his favor.
Absolutely right. So the cars have rolled away. We should see the unofficial green flag for the race here in about a lap or so. We'll let these guys get themselves sorted out. Let Todd take us through, hopefully, the starting lineup widget tonight once these guys all get into their proper alignment here before we turn them guys for the official green of the night. It's going to read as 70 laps on your screen. So we'll go with 70 laps. It's advertised to these guys to be a 65-lap feature event. So we'll take you all the way through here, flag to flag. Glad you guys are all aboard here tonight, live on Full Velocity TV. So the field working its way through 3 and 4. I count 21 drivers here. That is an awesome crowd and some of the heavy hitters in the field. We talked about E.J. Jones. We talked about Derek Dubree. We got Big Monkey, Rocky Batfield also going to the rear for winning his last time out over here. So those are 3 pretty heavy hitters going to have to come from the rear of the field in a very stacked lineup. And wait till you see what we have in store for coming up to the pole, because I guess I'll wait and see as the unofficial green flag for the race comes out off of turn number 4. They're going to get themselves slow into turn number 1, put themselves in the proper way. We'll turn these guys loose and get our main event under wraps here this evening. Want to shout to our sponsors, of course. Going to thank Brendan Spadaforo over at SpadaforoFirearms.com. Going to thank Jeff Brown over at iRacing iFlag, of course, here at DWR. We always going to thank our buddy Jim Revis from Evil One Graphics. Going to thank Jameson over at CNC Race Designs. Going to thank Josh and the gang over at DirtSeries.com, and also going to thank Charles Wooten over here from DRN out there watching us tonight here live on Facebook and YouTube. Charles, thanks for all the help you give us behind the scenes in our partnership as well. Going going to go a long way and a lot of great things to come. So Todd looks like the field off of 4 this time should be pretty close to how they're going to be set. So what do you think? We'll give this a shot. What do you say we go through tonight's starting lineup?
And now tonight's starting lineup. Starting on the pole, driving the number 21, that's Jim Revis. Revis aboard the number 21. And his dancing partner to the outside, driving the 420, that's Easy Eric Elmore.
Row number 2, we find the 01 on the inside. That is Daniel Price. And to his outside in the 06, that's Matthew Everts.
Rolling off in the 5th starting position, driving the number 10, that's Racing Jason Salter aboard the number 10 machine, of course, rolling off 5th. And Ryan Bronson in the number 6, he rolls off 6th.
Next row, we finally inside the driver of car number 17. That is Chad Burton. Alongside of Chad in the fast number 1, that's Alex Brewer.
Rolling off in the 9th starting position, driving the number 86 machine, that's Derek Fetkenauer. Fetkenauer aboard the number 86. And his dancing partner outside, that's the Iceman himself. That's Daniel Stifler aboard the 71.
Rolling off on the inside of the 6th row aboard car number 07, that is Justin Pruitt. And alongside of the 178, Stephen Radunes rolls off from 12th.
Caleb Ramsey, Kyle Moyer, Chase Wascom, Greg Tuberville, Michael Whitlock, Mitchell Enos, Rocky Battenfield, E.J. Jones, and Derek Debris round out your rest of your field. This green flag is in the air. We're racing already here at Volusia.
Pacing down through turn number 3 and 4 for the first time, Jim Revis led this field tonight from the pole. He's going to pace the field now off of 4 to complete lap number 1. Eric Elmore will fall in for second there in the 420 car. Races on for third. On back, I see right up there all the way to third already. We find Matthew Everts in the 06, Jason Salter, Daniel Price, the 01. Started inside of row 2. Well, he's on the outside of the 3rd row now. He's under fire from Ryan Bronson, racing for 5th through 3 and 4.
Yeah, great racing going on. There is Ryan Bronson down to the bottom side trying to make something happen with the 01 machine of Daniel Price. Right now not being had, and the 17 machine also starting to come up through the field. That's Chad Bird. Bird right now in lockstep battle with the number 1 machine of Alex Brewer. Keep your eyes on Brewer. He's rather quick too. But Eric Elmore now down to the bottom side challenging for the lead. Matthew Everts in the 06 machine running in that 3rd spot. He's up on the top shelf trying to follow Jim Revis around. But Easy E, Eric Elmore down to the bottom side.
Sure is, and he's also bringing Jason Salter's 10 car into the fight as well. Elmore down low. Everett's now going to almost make it in the middle there of Revis. Jim slammed the door shut. Good 3-car race now called a 4-car battle as Salter now to the inside of Everett's. Called this a 4-way dance for the lead time through turn 2.
Yeah, great battle going on here for the top 4 positions. Even another battle. They're 3 and 4 wide back there from 4th or 5th on back, so they're putting on one whale of a show. But we're going to stick with the leaders here so far. Racing Jason Salter down to the bottom side here, also trying to work over Matthew Everett. So a great battle going on. Is somebody going to split the difference, split it up through the middle? We're going to have to wait and see there, Phil. It would be kind of a Nancy move here early on in the going, because we're only on lap 9 to 70.
And watching that battle for 5th on back, I wish we had the picture-in-picture thing going on, because there is a wad of race cars back there, about 8 or 9 cars racing for that 5th spot on back, but they're also 2 wide up there for the lead. I'm not sure where to put it right now. Jim Revis holding off Eric Elmore, Matt Everts to the outside, Jason Salter, your top 4 as they race their way to the back chute. Now maybe a tuck. I thought Everts once again may throw a 3 wide there into turn 3. You look at that battle going on 5th on back. Bronson in there. You got Daniel Price, you got Alex Brewer, Chad Bird, Derek Fetkenauer making his return to DWR tonight. Daniel Stifler is back there. I mean, that is a who's who of guys. Fetkenauer taught from the 16th position all the way up to the top 7 already. 86 car is on a mission. That's a wad of cars up there as we try to parade back there and show the battle as the top 4 have all sorted themselves out up front.
Yeah, as Daniel Price gets drop kicked kind of up and out of the groove in that 01 machine. But look at Fetkenauer now up to the 5th position. So he's made himself inside the top 5. The 6 of Bronson running 4, 6, and 3 wide. Battle going on for 7th. 07 of Pruitt down to the bottom side trying to make something happen there. But it looks like yellow flag is going to fly out on the field for the first time here of the evening.
Yeah, absolutely. On lap number 13, it's tough because I was loving seeing these guys beating on each other and so clean as could be through the corners. These guys really just giving it to each other, and a great race was going on throughout the entire field. But caution flag now on the speedway for the first time, and thinking this would maybe get Mitchell Enos of the 097. Was E.J. Jones a part of it? Not exactly sure what was going on back there, as I see a couple of names kind of stuck toward the back of the field. Daniel Stifler, Steve Radunes also back there as well. So I don't have a clue what to tell you, Todd. maybe you found something here with our first full velocity TV replay of the night.
Yep, we did indeed find something, and it all started, it looks like, with, yeah, it was the number, we're going to go up to here. It looks like the number 71 of Daniel Stifler. So we're just trying to get a better angle so we can see what happened to Stifler. And it caused a parking lot out here. So Stifler was on the outside, and Caleb Ramsey checked up. He hit the inside wall there. Ramsey checked up the 71. Around he goes. The 97, the Rocky Battenfield around. The 84, VJ Jones. Steven Rudunes in the 178 machine around. Also Mitchell Enos. Greg Tuberville involved in that one.
Man, it feels like Greg lately. He's just been a magnet for all things going wrong for him. We feel bad for the driver of the 20 car stuck now to the back of the field, but they'll get it all sorted back up. Looks like the lights are going out around the speedway here at Volusia Speedway Park. It looks like we'll go back to green next time with Jim Revis leading Matthew Everett, Jason Salter, Eric Elmore, and Derek Fedkenhauer all the way up to the top 5. 6th, we find Brian Bronson, Justin Pruitt 7th, Alex Brewer in for 8th with Daniel Price 9th, and Chad Bird will restart as our top 10. The field working its way now toward the east end of the racetrack up in turn number 3. And early cover there, Todd, I saw the 06 of Matthew Everett. So make something happen on the outside. He's alongside of Jim Revis out in the front row. I don't like the way the 06 looks, so I'm interested to see how he comes out in the restart. We go back to green as the green flag goes back in the air.
That green flag is in the air, and look at all the flash bulbs go off on the front stretch here at Volusia Speedway as those guys made it through the corner. Great angle coming down here through 1 and 2. Just watching these guys race neck and neck here for the top spot as Everett there was able to maintain to the second spot in the 06 machine, racing Jason Salter down to the bottom side, trying to get around Easy E. Eric Elmore in that 420 machine. The 420 now looks to the high side, trying to hold off Derek Fedkenhauer because Fedkenhauer is right there knocking on the door.
He certainly is. We know the 86 is certainly fast. I almost feel like Easy E there, Todd. Eric Elmore almost feel like he may be boxed in up hard right now, looking for a lane around. We know the top side was fast early on, but he was the guy making waves down to the bottom as he's, how is he going to say that? Going to pull alongside Jason Salter for third. Is now Matthew Everett down to the low side of Revis. There is good racing all over the place. We look up there for the lead. 06 down low. They're door-to-door off of 4 for the race lead.
That door handle, the 06 of Everett's down to the bottom side, trying to make it work. It's starting to slicking off down there. The 21 of Jim Revis up on the top shelf, pushing the cushion up there through turns 1 and off of turn number 2. He gets one whale of a run because of the forward bite off of turn 2 down the back straight away here into turn number 3. But Everett's not going away, trying to pull a slider as he can indeed. Slide job by the 06 of Everett's, trying to go to the lead, but the 21 crosses the back over Jim Revis, now back to the lead.
I am so impressed by the move Jim just made right there, knowing full well that Matt was going to set that slider up, Todd. Me not being a dirt guy, not having much experience on a dirt track, but you do. What kind of instincts does it take, knowing in the cockpit, knowing a guy is going to pull the slider on you to make that great move like Jim just did, of throwing that car right back to the bottom to reclaim that lead?
You have to stay in the throttle just a tad bit longer. As yellow flag going to fly once again. It looks like Easy E going to be able to pass those 6 of Everett's before he gets back to that. Look at Fedkenhauer up to 4th, but yellow flag out for the second time here at Volusia on lap 21 of 70.
Yeah, absolutely is, and I'm just trying to look around here, give you some help, and I'm not sure if it was Derek Dupree or Big Monkey Rocky Batfield back there or even Caleb Ramsey, so not quite so sure as I see 3 names now rejoining the back of the field along with Mitchell Enos and Steven Redunes back there, so you say you got it. I don't know what you got there, Todd. Tell us a story. What's happened with the replay?
Well, it all started up by the 17, the 15 machine, and the number 1 of Brewer, and the 07 of Pruitt. Brewer had to check up, and slinky effect. That's what we are going to call it here. Brewer had to check up, 15 had to check up, so did Caleb Ramsey. The 111 of Moyer had nowhere to go into the backside of the 13 of Ramsey. Also involving Mitch Enos, Derek Debris, and Rocky Battenfield in that number 97 machine. So slinky effect here tonight.
You're not going to sing, are you, Todd? Did we get a song?
No singing tonight there, Phil. I'm gonna spare the audience here tonight. No singing the Slinky song, even though I love it because it's from my childhood.
Yeah, me too. We don't predate ourselves too much on that one. I like that one, but I think I heard you say Chase Moscom was around that thing. So we have to remember, Todd, if the 15 is involved, it was probably Chase's fault. He's going to restart, it looks like, probably about 11. So making a little fun out there, our buddy Chase Moscom. Ongoing inner joke there. Chase's fault. It was mid-pack. Something was happening. Keep an eye on the 15. Now off of 4 this time. believe lights will go out atop the iRacing.com page truck, so one more trip around here. They'll bring us back to green. Jim Revis now with Eric Elmore to the outside of the front row with Matthew Everett, Jason Salter, row 2, Derek Fedgenhauer, Ryan Bronson, Justin Pruitt now up to 7th with Alex Brewer, Chad Bird, and the natural one, Todd, E.J. Jones. So the back of the field now rounding out our top 10. Only 24 laps of 70 on the board. EJ's halfway home if he's going to make his trick back up front.
Definitely, as you're seeing the progress here, that's going to be a little bit skewed here tonight as they all started in different positions. The green flag now back in the air. We're racing down the front straightaway. It is Jim Revis, the evil one, leading them down into turn 1. Easy was on the outside there. And that number 420 machine, Matthew Everett's now digging it down to the bottom side. Look at Fedgenhauer on the outside here, trying to get around the 06 of Everett. The racing Jason Salter machine, number 10, trying to move out to the outside. The yellow flag going to fly once again there, Phil. It's going to slow him down here for the 3rd time of the evening.
Yeah, it looks like something going amiss right away in turns number 1 and 2, and just trying to go back there and take a peek. I'm going to guess, was it Chase Wascom involved? Was it Daniel Price involved? Was it Mikey Whitlock back there in the 00? May have had a piece as well there, Todd. Give you 3 to look at. I do see 3 new names back there. Usually when we see that, it's not too far from where it happened. So right in turn 1, what do you got for us?
Well, it was involving Michael Whitlock aboard the double knot machine, and you'll see what happened as Price checks up. Whitlock has nowhere to go. And around and into the outside wall. Nobody else really involved in that one, but Michael Whitlock going to be relegated to the rear.
Well, that is certainly a tough break for 00. He was looking for a good run here tonight. Now he'll fall all the way back to 21st position. Great crowd here for a Wednesday night, Todd. What a way to open the season here. Race number 2 here. Live tonight on Facebook Live, YouTube, and Twitch TV, which, if you didn't see last week's race, guys, if you were looking for it on Facebook, well, Facebook was broken 1 week ago, if you can remember all the way back then. You can find last week's season opener at Knoxville over on our YouTube page or on Twitch TV. A hell of a race there from Knoxville last week. Really happy this week, Todd. We're back in full song, back where we belong here. Facebook Live, YouTube, and Twitch TV is felt bad from the audience last week, looking out for our links out there for Facebook, and we just had nothing we could do. Facebook was broken for everybody. So good to finally be home on all 3 medias out here with DWR.
Yeah, as I'm not even talking to the fans, I apologize. Phil got to hear a great intro there. Nice revving it up there. But Jim Revis, like I said, the Evil One graphics machine. And you had the 420 Twisted Motorsports, number 420 of EZE. He was on the outside of the front row. Is right now running in that 2nd spot. H&L number 86 of Derek Fedgenauer now to the outside of the 06 of Matthew Everett. Nice side-by-side battle going on for that 3rd spot. They flash by that start-finish line.
Sure do, and that was a great intro, Todd. Wish everybody could hear it because he did a hell of a job with it. But Jim Revis leading Elmore off at turn number 2. Side by side for the 3rd spot, we find Fedgenauer up high, Everett's down low. 3rd door-to-door for the 3rd spot now through turns number 3 and 4. Ryan Bronson, 6 car. He's found his way into the top 5, but that battle for 3rd looks like it's going to be won by Fedgenauer in the high lane into turn number 1 and 2. Elmore now going to fall in the clutches of Jim Revis. Jim able to hold on to the lead. Single file throughout the top 4. Race now is for the 5th spot with Ryan Bronson riding their 5th, but Justin Pruitt on the haul as well. The 07 car got something happening as we go on board with the 86 of Fedgenauer, who's arguably been one of the fastest cars out here tonight, and he has a great view of that race for the lead going on between Revis and Elmore as they shoot down the backstretch.
And just watching Derek Fedgenauer go to work here aboard the number 86 machine, just right there directly behind EZE, Eric Elmore, and the 21 machine of Jim Revis right there for the top spot. And they're battling it out. Maybe Fedgenauer just waiting for a mistake. As you can see, a nice slider there by the 06 of Matthew Everett. Everett's trying to pull a slider. A little bit of contact between himself and Fedgenauer in the car. Oh, what a retrospect here. A nice perspective, I should say, retrospect. Perspective here of in the cockpit and what the driver has to go through when these guys pull those sliders.
Yeah, that was really cool to look at as I look off to my right and see it come on back live. There's a good race going on between Fedgenauer and Everett for 3rd. Good race. Starting to go on up front there. Elmore was almost down to the low side of Revis off of 2. Jim was able to motor along on the outside and hold on to the race lead as they still stay single file. Throughout the top 3, 4, maybe call it top 8 even are still single file. But now here comes that the Fedgenhauer machine. No, it's Justin Pruitt's machine, the 5th place battle. Pruitt down to the low side of Bronson. That's a really good race in the 5th spot. Pruitt's got a good piece here to open the evening.
Indeed, Justin Pruitt has became a driver here as of late. He's had a lot of bad luck and starting to shake around and starting to make himself to the front. He's spent a lot of time. You can see that Pruitt's actually doing a lot of good here in the last couple of races, even towards the tail end of the last part of the season. Is 07 of Pruitt, so he's been doing a fantastic job, Phil, getting more seat time and able to move up to the front. And I tell you, the seat time is big in this simulation, especially if you got an open setup, or even who's building your setups, or if you're not building them yourself, you have great teammates that help you out throughout the way. But Justin Pruitt, I'm telling you right now, a solid top 5 right now.
You want to see a good battle, Todd. It was a great battle going on 3 wide. It's still 3 wide off of 4 with Racing Jason Salter made a move down to the inside of Alex Brewer's 1 car and the 6 of Ryan Bronson. Ryan going to lose some positions there. He may lose another to E.J. Jones to the 84 down to the low side. Those guys are racing just in the back part of the top 10, racing hard. Salter getting a spot. Brewer now going to move up position. E.J. Jones, Ryan Bronson having some struggles with the 6 car. Ryan having an issue keeping it down, and he's starting to free fall, Todd. He was up in the top 5. Bronson now may have fallen all the way out of the top 10 by the time he exits turn 2.
You want to know how I can know it's a great battle, Phil? Answer that. How can I know it's a great battle?
Well, maybe by your spidey senses. I don't know.
By the amount of flash bulbs that are going off in the stand. Thank you, iRacing.
Oh, buddy, he went there. He went there. Flash bulbs. Great touch out here as we need pictures of flash bulbs. I'd like to see what they're taking pictures of up there. Maybe somebody in the virtual, whatever, social media can post all the virtual photos coming out of the flash bulbs. Don't even get me started. It's worse than a Ute tire up there. But we go back to the racing action. Gonna maybe cleanse my palate, get myself under control. Good race going on for the 5th spot there, Todd. Jason Salter has chased down the back of Justin Pruitt's 07 car. Racing Jason was up there amongst the top 4 before encountering some issues. He has found his way back toward the front, trying to nip his way back to the latter part of the top 5. He's got Justin Pruitt in his sights. The top 4 still all single file off of 2.
Yeah, fantastic battle going on between those guys for a little bit, as it looks like Salter messed it up just a tad. They're now 0.749 behind Justin Pruitt, so he lost about, we're going to calculate that, about 5 car lengths between himself and that number 07 machine. So we're going to see if Racing Jason can make something up, as Pruitt's starting to track down the guys right directly in front of him, and that's going to be the number 06 of Matthew Evers and the 86 of Derek Fedgenhauer.
Yeah, it's a great battle there with Fedgenhauer's 86 car currently running in the 3rd spot, trying to find something around. Everett's in the 06 has really looked good tonight, and this just shows the strength of how good the 86 car is, because Everett's looked to be really quick early. Derek now up to 3rd, but having all the issues there as Eric Elmore has got a fast piece. Jim Revis up front led this thing almost wire to wire so far. But think back to weeks ago, Todd. Eric Elmore had one in his sights for about 49 3/4 laps until the 07 of Justin Pruitt came out of nowhere, made contact, and took down his first win. We know race car drivers have long memories. How much do you think that still sits in the back pocket of Eric Elmore as he sits there running 2nd?
Well, I'm sure apologies helped him a little bit forget that, but drivers, like you said, they do have long memories, and maybe they might rattle one another's cage once again if the 07 of Pruitt gets up next to him. But maybe he's long and forgot about it there, Phil, as they do race a lot here in iRacing, a lot of different leagues. He's part of Twisted Motorsports, which is a huge team. Got to give a shout out to those guys too. As I do follow them on Facebook, and I had a buddy from DTR2 that actually was over there with Twisted Motorsports together. So a huge shout out to those guys. Also, we don't give them enough time either on some of our broadcasts, but I see a lot of Twisted Motorsports guys out there, Phil, racing every night.
That's really cool. I'll have to go look up their page as well. As I follow a lot of pages. That is one I haven't heard of. So we'll look up Twisted Motorsports over here on Facebook after and follow these great guys as single file racing looks like spread out throughout the entire half mile here. Volusia Speedway Park. You got Jim Revis up there in the lead. And now we have contact, Todd says in my ear. And what'd you find there, Todd?
And more contact. Yellow flag going to come out. Matthew Everett's around in a knot, and he was going awful slow after the initial contact between himself and a couple other guys up front. And this happened in between the top four, and then all of a sudden somebody comes along and gives him a lifty loo into the back end of the number 06 machine. And we're going to show you that here live on the screen again, as we'll go up here and show you what indeed happened. Is you're seeing a lot of contact, and again, the slinky effect plays into effect here. So the 06 gets into the back of Fed car, allows him to gather it back up. Those 7 to prove it says, I may be able to make up a position, and gets into the back of him. And then Everett's going a little slow as he's getting it going, and the 6 of Ryan Bronson acts like a bulldozer, drives underneath him, keeps on going. What a tough car.
Yeah, I think it was a brick right there, was Matthew Everett's car. But Todd, I have to ask you, I'm not sure where you get these nuggets from. A lifty loo. That's a new one. I'm not sure I can speak after that one.
I don't know, actually. I don't know where that one ever came from. I probably heard somebody say it somewhere. Somewhere I probably along the line have heard somebody say that, and I don't even know what it means. So, a lifty loo. You're lifting up the back of the car, so lifty loo. You know, like maybe the song Linda Lou. I don't know.
Well, yeah, leave that one alone, because we've had enough streams get reported here lately. We don't need any more of those out there. But Lifty Lou, that's a good one out here live tonight, Full Velocity TV. Glad you have all tuned in here for the second race of Season 5 Warrior Racing Wednesday Night Street Fights. Thank you all that have tuned in. Chat looks like a little bit quiet here tonight, but viewership is out there good. You're out there watching? Well, give us a shout, guys, out there in Facebook Live chat, YouTube, and Twitch TV. Let us know you're out there watching, and thank you so much for the support. Make sure you've liked us and shared our links out there tonight. And if you're watching on Facebook and you'd like to help us out, some Stars donations, gang, they go a long way to helping us out and do some equipment upgrades, software upgrades, and a lot of cool stuff going on. So Stars donations go a long way. You know what else is going to go a long way, Todd? These next 20 laps here at Volusia Speedway Park, we go back to green, and Jim Revis, a hell of a restart here, is he gets off in a turn number 1 and 2 with the race lead. Fedkenhauer down to the low side, looking for second, runs out of steam as we're 3 wide for that runner-up spot in turn 3.
3 wide racing. They're racing Jason Salter in the middle, almost 4 wide as EJ Jones starting to make some headway there. Some more contact as these guys going 4 wide here. Rubbit is racing, and man, these guys are putting it to each other. And I'm going to believe there's going to be a wreck coming out of this one here, Phil. Nope, there's not going to be here so far. But 3 and 4 wide racing, and I tell you what, they were leaning on each other through the whole pack.
Yeah, they were. I saw Caleb Ramsey, the 13 back there, was the meat in the sandwich, and somehow, some way, those guys came out of it clean. I'm not even sure what spot that is for. It's like 5th, 6th, 7th on back. Those guys going at it. I see the 13s right in that mix. I see Justin Pruitt, Chase Wascom, Chad Burr, Daniel Stifler, Greg Tuberville's right in there, Ryan Bronson, Mike Whitlock, it's rebound, Derek Dubree, Matt Everett's in the back of that one, and they're yellow coming back on the speedway. And the way those cars were close together, I had to think something had to have come breaking here soon. Yellow going to come out once again on lap number 55, so now under 15 laps remaining here in Volusia for Wednesday Night Street Fights, Todd, and I'm not sure where it broke free from, but I can almost guess the pack it was in, because those guys are really getting after it. I think Chase Wascom may have got the short end of this one.
Definitely Chase Wascom aboard the number 15 machine, and he had a little bit of help from Chad Bird aboard that Western Auto sponsor. Well, not Western Auto, forgive me. Western Auto lookalike throwback scheme of Darrell Waltrip, going to say out there, but he had a little bit of help there from that number 17 machine, and he was right into the side of him there, and all he needed was just to turn him a tad, and he finished him off there, and oh man, Michael Whitlock just barely escaping disastrous there with the 15 of Chase Wascom. But Wascom around, going to relegate himself back to the rear. We're going to go back to racing here soon.
Western Auto lookalike scheme aboard car number 70. I wonder if old DW out there was ever out there privy on the dirt tracks, Todd. I know we got a lot of them down there in the area who grew up. I have to do some research there. You see that DW lookalike car on the dirt? I wonder. We know real racers have to race on dirt. I consider Darrell Waltrip, a real racer, an old nitty-gritty kind of guy from back in the day. I wonder if anybody's got any background on DW out there as far as the dirt scene goes. Let me know. I'm going to look it up myself here afterward. But Chad Bird, awesome-looking car, but into the back of Chase Wascom. Chase might have got spun, but as we always say, it's usually Chase's fault anyways.
Yeah, definitely. Phil is, I tell you, DWR, I'm not 100% positive, but the image that sticks in my head is when he was riding around at Eldora in the late model with Tony Stewart and he was screaming.
Probably true.
Yeah, he was screaming. He thought he was going to die. So maybe he was on the dirt track. We'll have to wait and see. We'll look it up on Google. Google's fantastic. Green flag back in the air, and we're racing down into turn number 1. The evil one himself leading the charge again. Now Easy E way up to the top shelf. We believe the bottom line is going to come in, though. It looks like it's starting to get beat up top. Look at the number 86 of Fred Knauer down to the bottom side. We've seen some great races between Fred Knauer and Revis over the last few seasons here at DWR, and some of the other races that we have covered. Fred Knauer now trying to move into second.
Fed Knauer trying to move his way in a second. And
500.
Todd, I just kind of lost my breath there
Thank
off
you,
of
David.
number 4 as they were almost 3 wide there. Alex Brewer, E.J. Jones, Jason Salter, Rocky Batfield almost stuck it in 4 wide. Almost bounced himself off the opening off the inside wall up a 4. Caught my breath. They stack up 3 and 4 wide back there now. There's some contact. A car up in the air, and somehow they're so straight. And I think we're staying green. Holy cow. I don't know, maybe I'm looking for more for the one myself as caution flag on the speedway as Todd doesn't unmute his mic again for a call. Apologize for the dead air there, but David Blackbird, thank you for the Stars donations. They do such a lot of great things for us here. Caution flag going on the racetrack once again is Todd, you guys need to take off that mute button because he says some great things and you all kind of miss them sometimes. I don't ever want you to miss these Toddisms because they're usually pretty good. Yellow flag on the racetrack again, and looks like Mitchell Enos may have got a piece of this one. Did Chase Wasson get a piece of another one? No, he's back there as well in the 15. I'm not quite sure. Todd, you take a look.
Yeah, I thought it was Wascom there because he was just slow. He was involved in this one, though. We're going to wait for this to unfold as it looks like Wascom trying to get back up through the field here. He's up next to that pesky number 17, and reverse the numbers, the 71 takes him out. He's having bad luck with the 1 and 7 combination.
And, yeah, if the numbers are 7-1, 17, 71.
I'll take that
run.
straight and boxed.
Run. Just run. All hate there can go directed. Full Velocity TV at Mr. Todd Stanton as we're. Todd, you look up at the scoreboard here. We're under 10 laps to go. 63. Going to put 64 on the board this time around. The lights will go out on top the iRacing.com page truck. And you look up front, Jim Revis has led this thing almost flag to flag at this point. Eric Elmore riding in second. Going to have his way on the outside. Derek Fedgenhauer third. E.J. Jones, somewhere like a thief of the night, has found his way into a top 4. Alex Brewer's up there 5th, having a good run. Big Monkey. Where did Rocky come from now up to 6? Justin Pruitt, Caleb Ramsey, Jason Salter, Matt Evers has found the top 10. That's a stacked top 10 if I've ever found one. These last 6 or 7 laps are going to be a good one. Get ready to go back to green here, Todd. They're coming off the corner, and we are going to set these guys back loose.
We're restacked, we're repacked. Green flags in the air, and we're racing down the front straightaway. Volusia Speedway, flash bulbs and everything going off down the front straightaway. We have 6 laps remaining. Canton, number 21 of Jim Revis. Hang on, Rocky Batfield making contact. Back there's our 3 wide and even 4 wide again for about the 6th position, but Jim Revis trying to hold on aboard that number 21 Evil One Graphics Monster Machine. Can he do it? Fedgenauer slider there up into the 2nd spot. Easy E in the 420. He's now back down to the bottom side. Slider of his own here in the Twisted Motorsports number 420. Here comes E.J. Jones, a natural one.
Yeah, I'm looking all over Todd. Is it a good race going up there for second? I'm watching those races back there and cars bouncing off each other about 12th to 13th on back. Not exactly sure how we're still green, but Jim Revis is able to drive away. Eric Elmore holding on for 2. The race is for 3rd with the 84 of E.J. Jones down low. Fedgenhauer stuck up high. E.J. may take it all the way to Eric Elmore. That's racing for the 2nd spot. Where did E.J. Jones come from in turn 3?
Hey, E.J. Jones down to the bottom side, and I know Jim Revis got to be thinking about that one as E.J. Jones started dead last, so you know Jones has a fast setup aboard that number 84 machine, but side-by-side battling That's what the number 21 needs as Rocky Batfield gets out of shape. Bouncing off the number 1 of Alex Brewer in the number 1 machines. Man, what great racing we got going on here. Frankenauer looking through the middle here as we have Popsicle 6 in the air. 2 more trips around the speedway here for Jim Revis in that number 21 machine, but almost 4 wide for second there through the corner. And right now the 84 of E.J. Jones trying to work over the bottom side. Cannot make it work to get around Easy E.
No, certainly can't. Elmore holding on there. Fedkenhauer third. Jason Salter putting a game challenge there on the low side for fourth as white flag comes out in the speedway one more time around for Jim Revis, now off of turn number 2, and he's got to like looking in the mirror and seeing these guys going toe-to-toe behind him. It is a big street fight out here at Volusia tonight, but only one can survive, and off of turn number 4, Jim Revis going to see the checkered flag first and take down the win here at Volusia. Second going to go to Eric Elmore on the 420. Third to Derek Fedkenhauer. Fourth, E.J. Jones. Jason Salter fifth. Rocky Batfield in for 6th with Matthew Everett 7th. Alex Brewer for 8th. Justin Pruitt 9th. And Derek Dupree had a quiet night, Todd. He gets a good solid top 10. What a race. They were all over the place here, beating and banging and keeping it straight and keeping it clean. And Jim Revis with that great starting spot tonight from the pole. Goes distance, flag to flag, 70 laps. He takes down the win tonight here in Volusia.
Definitely taking down the win. We're going to go through the quick results before we head on over to Discord and get an interview with the top 3. But the results, Jim Revis, Eric Elmore, Fedkenauer, Jones, and Salter. That was your top 5. Then Battenfield, Everett, Brewer, Pruitt, and Debris. That was your top 10. Top 15 is Bird, Moyer, Tuberville, Stifler, and Ramsey. Rounding out your top 15. 16th through 20th was Wascom, Bronson, Whitlock, Renudes, Price. And rounding out your field, Mitchell Enos aboard the 097 machine. 21 cars started this race. 21 cars did finish this race. What a fantastic show for these guys.
It was absolutely awesome, and I cannot wait to talk to these guys in the Full Velocity TV post-race show coming up next here live from the DWR Discord. Give us about 15 seconds. We'll be right back ready to go and talk to all 3 of these guys. It's going to be a hot one. Stay tuned. Back here live, Full Velocity TV over in the Dirt Warrior Racing Discord channel, waiting to talk to our top 3 as we walk down here. We'll talk to our top 3 finishers here. Jim Revis going to go to victory lane with Todd. I'll run down here and talk to Eric Elmore and the driver of car number 86, making his return to DWR tonight, Mr. Derek Fedkenhauer. Derek, a great third-place run. Had a really good, strong race car. That was a lot of fun to watch. Tell us about your race.
Oh, most definitely. Race was great. Car was strong. For me, starting where I would mid-pack and to make it where it was, that's just a great accomplishment right there, as it is.
And we look around the iRacing landscape lately, we see some new colors on your car. Joining the H&L team, how much has that been a boost to your driving career, giving you setups and whatever not? Because you're always fast. You get that good team behind you. Is that going to bring you to a whole different level?
Most definitely. There's some great guys in that team. We had to revamp it there a little bit to make it better, and we are up on the uphill battle now to be better.
Well, you guys are certainly going to be a force to be reckoned with. Derek, it's always great to talk to you. Great to have you back here at DWR on a Wednesday night here live on Facebook and YouTube and Twitch TV. I'm going to give you the mic one final time. Had great crowds out there watching all over the place this evening. So anybody want to say hello to or thank? The floor is all yours there, bud.
I got to congratulate Jim on the win, Team H&L, and then you guys over at Full Velocity TV, DWR for putting this on, and it's just a great show every Wednesday.
Absolutely right. This is one of my most favorite guys to talk to here. He's always a good fast race car driver. Car number 86, Derek Fetkenhauer, finishing up tonight here, third in Volusia. We'll let him go down here and debrief with the team, and we'll walk a little further down here and talk to a guy we haven't talked to here in a little while, but gets a good solid second place finish tonight. That's the driver of the 420, Eric Gilmore. Eric, congratulations, man. An awesome, solid finish for you. Started on the outside of the front row, but it certainly wasn't easy to keep that thing there all night. You guys had some really good challenges coming from behind. Tell us about the race, man. That was a whole lot of fun for us to watch.
Yeah, there's definitely some really good cars. I had a really good car, but just couldn't seem to get around Jim. I think if I could have stayed next to him on the outside on one of the starts, I probably could have gave him a run for his money. But as soon as he got that top side, I just couldn't get around him.
And that's something Todd and I talked about. We talked about here the outside always seems to play dominant at Volusia, but somehow the inside really looked to stay well out there tonight. It's where it seemed to me anyways, watching here from the naked eye up here in the booth. But down on the racetrack, was the inside lane there as much as it appeared to us up here in the
No, not till about 50 laps or so. After about 50 laps, it started to come back in. But the first 50 laps, it really wasn't that great. Maybe the first 10 laps was all right, but after that, it falls off pretty fast.
Well, after watching these guys back there beating and banging 3 and 4 wide back of the field, I would never know that bottom lane wasn't there. But Eric, you finally get a good finish here. Runner-up finish tonight here at Volusia with DWR. We had a great crowd out there watching tonight. Facebook Live. YouTube has been alive tonight. Twitch TV doing well as well. So anybody you want to say hello to or thank, friends, family, or sponsors, the floor is all yours. Take the mic and take it away and give these guys a shot.
Yeah, I'd like to thank Twisted Motorsports, Speedy E Automotive, Scooters Machine Shop, and everybody here at DWR for putting on a good show.
All right, well, there you have it, folks. Speedy E himself, Mr. Eric Elmore, finishing up second here tonight at DWR. I'll let him go back there and debrief with the Twisted team, and I'm certainly going to look those guys up after here on Facebook as well. I'm sure that's a great follow. So we've talked to our third place finisher. We have talked to our runner-up finisher. There's only one more guy left to talk to, and that's the evil one himself, and he is in victory lane with my brother Todd. That's one evil one to another right there. The evil twosome in victory lane there, Todd.
Yeah, definitely down here in victory lane, and we were talking about monkeys on Jim's back. Middle portion of last season, he picked up a victory, and now it seems to be coming along for you here, Jim. And now picking up a victory, able to hold on, lead just about every lap. I think you might even led every lap here tonight. In a fantastic fashion at Volusia. And those guys were coming, but, man, you had the car to beat here tonight. Tell us about your race.
Yeah, starting off early, I didn't have any high hopes or anything, even though I was starting on the pole. I figured I was just going to go back towards the back and ride middle pack or so. And the high side came in, and I was able to stay ahead of Eric. And hats off to him, man. He could have had me a couple times, and he let off the gas, let me get straightened back up. And then all I was doing was just trying to hold on till about 50 laps or so. That's when my set starts coming in, and I get back down low and ride the wall around Volusia. And that seemed like there at the last, that's where most of the grip was.
Well, towards the end of this event, Jim, and even through the middle portions, those yellow flags, did they help you, or do they hurt you with your setup?
It's hard to say. Sometimes they help, sometimes they hurt. It seems like when you get the yellow flags and you're under pace lap, the track conditions change a little bit quicker, or at least to me it does. And I was able to get down to the low side quicker. I didn't like gathering back up once I'd put a gap on first, or between second and third place. But all in all, good restarts, and being able to hug that bottom going into turn one, it gave me a little room to breathe from Eric and Derek and Matt, Jason and EJ, and pretty well the whole field.
Yeah, you were able to create yourself some separation, and that's key here, especially with Volusia or any track for that matter. You're able to run your own line and not mind some of these guys that are behind you, especially competition that comes from deep in the field, like the 84 machine of EJ Jones, or even the 420 of Eric Elmore. I mean, he started up front with it. He put on a whale of a show, side-by-side battling. Looked like your guys' setups were about equal through the middle portion of the event, and then all of a sudden your setup came alive, and it was you were just able to pull on those, even restarts and on the long runs there, Jim. So kudos to you. I mean, a fantastic show all the way around.
Thank you, sir. Same setup I used for my linear win, so only thing I changed was a gear, and that was about it. A little bit of stagger out, and everything worked good.
I think you might have to stick with that one there, Jim.
Yeah, I got her saved.
All right, Jim, I'm going to give you the microphone. The floor is all yours. Thank you. I'd like to thank you here tonight for this big win here tonight.
Like I said, first and foremost is the group of drivers we got, man. You can't ask for a better group to race with. They're top of the line drivers, man. All the fans for watching. Kudos to them. Come out watching, talking, hitting it up on Facebook and everything. E1G for the wrap on the car, and Jason, Eric helping out on DWR. Like I said, without them two, it'd be a heck of a thing to try to keep going. And of course, man, greatest guys in broadcasting, you two. Gotta thank you guys for staying with us for season 5. Yeah, Sundays is really coming along good. Last week we had 41 cars, 26 made the cut, and didn't have a good show there. But like I said, it's coming around. We really enjoy it. But our flagship is the Wednesday night street fights. They'll always be just like they are. Nothing will hardly ever change. And like I said, invitational league only. So you show how good you can do in the Sunday night street fights, and then chances of moving up to the Wednesday night street fights or the Sunday shootout, then your chances of moving up to the Wednesday night street fights. Yeah, just like I said, as long as you can use your head racing with us, don't have to be fast, just clean and stick in there, and don't give up. If you don't make the show one night, you can come back next Sunday and you might make the show then. Yeah, Sunday for the Sunday night shootout, we got 3 more days to register. And if you're not registered by then, registration's closed for the rest of the season, just so we don't mess people's points up and all that. So if you're interested in getting in the shootout, like I said, you got 3 more days to register. Hit it up on iRacing league pages, and make sure to join our Discord, and we'll take her from there. Hey, I appreciate it, Todd. Just one more thing, though. I'm not the head guy over here. Me, Eric, and Jason, we're all the same, buddy.
3-headed monster right there. Jim and Jason and Eric, 3 great guys, an awesome league. And Jim, from myself, congratulations, brother. One for the good ones once again. Let this one sink in for a while. That was quite the performance.
Thanks, Phil. I appreciate it, buddy. Todd, I appreciate it too, man.
And we didn't screw up tonight, Todd. We don't get the call to the principal's office. So finally, we
I did.
at something.
I did because for some reason halfway through that conversation I muted myself. Not Jim, but it must have been that must be awesome. It's like I'm talking to Jim and he answers back, and they get no sound out there, but they got Jim. That's all that matters. My voice don't matter here tonight.
Yeah. All right.
Well,
That's
sounds
a
like
good
I
thing.
talk to myself.
Now, Jim, you understand what I deal with night after night there. We'll let Jim get back to it. Congratulations once again, bud. Cannot wait to come back here live next Wednesday night, as I am so glad I get a first-class ticket here every week to come be a part of these street fights. They're an awful lot of fun. Thanks to all these guys, DWR. Thanks to all the drivers, all the support out there tonight, Facebook Live, YouTube, and Twitch TV. Got to thank my brother alongside for all his contributions. Thank Jack Truin, Mark Karch for graphics, Josh Smith for cameras, and Charles Wooten for the layouts out there. A cast of characters that makes Full Velocity TV come to life. We come back to you here live with a great show tomorrow night. We got to switch things up here. Do a little asphalt racing and the short tracks. Back over to our buddy Tom Richter's house. Cyber Thunder Racing League tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Xfinity Series cars at the Martinsville Speedway for 150 laps there tomorrow night is going to be a lot of fun. Be right here live tonight, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch TV, 8 p.m. And you'll find myself, and we'll see who else got there. And we'll have Jack on the controls tomorrow night. Maybe Todd will join us later on. But until then, for Todd, I am Phil. We'll see you back here live tomorrow night, and a whole list of shows coming up here the next couple of weeks with more of Full Velocity TV. We'll see you next time. Todd, grab that blankie. It's time to go night.
Doobie doobie doo.